Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you the process of how I make my webcomics. This video is gonna be divided into 3 chapters or sections, one of them being the story, sketching process, and the final phase with the line art and the coloring. So the first thing I do for my stories, or like more specifically something that I started doing when I created the love quest, it's up on tab as if you would like to check that out, is to start off the first draft of my story in a notebook. So this is the notebook I use for the first draft. This contains the first season that I have writing on the love quest. So I write it before in here, and then I put it on my computer, which I'm gonna show you right now. So here's where I put my story, or like where I write the final draft of my story. I like to write it on Google Docs, and as you can see, here's all the episodes that I have. And of course, before I start writing my story in my computer or in the paper, I like to start with an idea in mind. For example, for the love quest, I got inspiration from my dream I had. I mentioned this before when I was talking about my webcomic. There's a video if you want to check about that to know more information about the love quest and how the story was made. This is the first stage that I go. Once I finish, I start with the sketching of my story or my comic. This is the sketchbook I use to sketch my comic. There's a fresh page in here. Okay, I found my pencil and my eraser, and I'm gonna sketch for the love quest episode 5. So I like to start with just how like the web comics look, just with a big strip, and I fill things out and I put the script in here. And yeah, I want to show you how I do it. I have my script here in my computer, and let's get started. This episode is quite interesting. I have to think about how the place is gonna look in the posts and stuff like that. So I just like to do just like little doodles and stuff like that. And then like I do like stick figures. I don't usually do much detail for these little sketches. I just do like stick figures or like something that helps me understand the idea better. This helps me a lot because I actually put more thought to the things that I'm doing. And I like to do it on pencil instead of pen, just in case I don't like an idea, I can redraw it. And then I like to put like an arrow and write the things that the character is saying. I'm not gonna show what they're saying because I don't want to like spoil anyone who wants to read this comic. Since my comic is romance, sometimes I am kinda cringe of what I was writing, but somebody told me that if I cringe, especially when writing a romance, is because it's good. I finished sketching this episode, and this episode is like about a few pages, and yeah, now we're gonna move on to the final stage, which takes a little longer to do, which is the sketching, and with like the actual sketching, the line art, and the coloring it. I have the Samsung tab. I forgot what model this is specifically, but this is what I use for my comics. I use is Clip Studio Paint. So we click on draw and then comic, and then she said that, and then you okay, and here it is. Okay, so now that we have our little canvas here, I like to do the panels first. So we put that in black, and I'm gonna bring back this, and I'm gonna do the panel. Like that. So after that's done, I start the sketch process. Turn back the page to see what I have. Okay, let's get started. I choose my pencil, and I like using this brush for my pencil. I use layer 1 and I drag it to be like on front or like on top in here. I like the new update that Clip Studio Paint has, that you can like make straight lines like so, which I really like. Okay, I have finished with the sketch for this strip, and now I'm going to reduce the opacity of this layer about like 50% ish. Okay, then I'm gonna add another layer for the line art. Oops. This is the brush I use for my line art. So then we start doing the line art. Oops, it's going. So it's the next day. Let's continue working on the line art. Okay, so this is what I have done so far. Wait, let me just tilt it a little bit, you can't really see. But this is what I have done so far. And I'm almost done with this strip. So I'll continue. Okay, I finished my line art, and now it's time for me to do my coloring. I like to collapse this little bar where the layers are, so I'll have more working space. And then I like to take this layer off, and I can only see the line right now. Add a layer for the coloring, and I start coloring. I have here, let me move this a bit. Here, color palettes of my characters, and he's John, so I'm gonna do John first. I do use an airbrush. This is the brush that I use, and let's get started with the coloring. Okay, so I have finished all the coloring for this comic strip. Now what I'm gonna do is add the text boxes, or like the speech bubbles for this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this back for a bit. I'm gonna go here again, and here's all the speech bubbles, and select this one, and that's the one I'm gonna use. And I just make sure the color I selected is black, so the outline would be black. So we have that. Then we have the balloon tail, which you do like this. And I'm gonna write text on here, and I'm gonna do that for every single one of them. And yeah, I'm gonna come back when I have that done. Okay, so I finished with the words for this. So with that, this video has come to an end. Thank you so much for sticking around towards the end of this video. And if you like this type of content, or have any tips that you could give me to make my comic process better, please don't hesitate and leave it on the comments down below, and I'll see you back in the next video. Bye.